Hello Canterbury, I'm Andrea Allen and welcome to Canterbury Live on Tuesday the 10th of November. Yes, it is the Cup today, Addington. If you're heading along, you might be already on your way. I hope you have a fantastic day, but there is some etiquette, little tips for the ladies. So let's start from the top. It's about pacing yourselves, ladies. And she actually looks like probably she was a pacemaker maybe, but pace yourself, love water. Even though you have a bit of bubbles, you don't want to look like these lovely ladies at the end of the day, do we? So make sure in between your little bits of bubbles, have some water, really easy. Next up, more is more and less is less. That is definitely less. No, we probably don't want to see you wearing that down at Addington or Riccarton, fair to say. But look at this, more is more. How lovely do these ladies? They still look very sexy and sophisticated, but they're covered up. It's not a bad thing at all. Rightio, and yeah, covering up. Not a lot covered up there, is there? Just quietly. Next up, Cinderella, not Barbarella. Love these heels, don't get me wrong, they are just divine. But for the races, how long will they stay on your feet? A nice stack heel. Better way to go, still looks really lovely, but much more comfy. You do not want to be carrying your heels around at the end of the day. Next up, your crown and glory. You don't have to have a big hat. In fact, you don't actually have to have a hat at all if you don't want. That's probably a little bit extreme. Next up, what have we got there? That's really extreme for the smokers out there. It's very avant-garde. But this Cup week, you will see the crown. The crown is big, and you'll see myself actually in a crown version tomorrow. But you'll see that all in the footage we get. She looks very beautiful though. Here we are, pennies. Save your pennies, ladies, and for the chaps as well. Don't spend all your money on the horses and that. Keep some money for your taxi. That's right, because you want to get home safely, don't you? So these are a few little tips for your Cup day. It's going to be a glorious day, so sit back and thank you for joining us. Rightio, giveaways. Some wonderful books for you. First up, we have Janet Ivankovic, her book Tricky 22. Very funny indeed, and also some great easy writing, really easy to read and trust. Mike Bullen, he's actually the creator of Cold Feet, that BAFTA award winning program. Fantastic, another easy read and actually a great gift for the book lover in your family. And there we are, we have the wonderful painting from Ira Mitchell-Kirk. It could be all yours in November. And don't forget the Hoyts movie tickets as well. We've got those for you. All you need to do is just call us or go to our website ctv.co.nz to the competition page. Rightio, we do have some winners to announce. Hoyts movie tickets, yes, we have two winners. You'll be getting 2 tickets each. You could probably go along to James Bond. Apparently it's really good. Tim Milner and Nolene Nunnick, congratulations. Your tickets are here to collect from Star Media, and Marianne will be in touch with you very shortly. Coming up on today's show, we finish off the show really lovely, nice, because it's a beautiful day here in Canterbury and Wing Cup, with a classy lady herself, Benita Dangerdoe. Have you ever thought about buying a business? Well, Carol was here from Strategy Law to talk you through it. Remember, she gives you the straight talk. There's no marshmallow, she gives you the facts. And we head into the Nourish Kitchen with Nicola Freya. But first up, of course, summer coming up, and this could be a perfect time for you to dust off the lenses of the camera and take some wonderful family shots. We're very lucky because we have Juliet Capaldi here from Etta Images to give you some tips on how to take the perfect photo. Apart from you doing it for them, Juliet.
Yeah, hi Andrea, how are you doing?
I'm good, I'm really, really good. Nowadays, we probably have quite high-spec cameras, don't we?
Yeah.
And maybe don't know how to use them fully.
Yep.
All those little tips. So you're here today to give us some advice.
Yeah. So
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me along. The number one thing for summer is actually to get out of the sun. So the summer sun is so bright blue skies. It looks absolutely gorgeous, but it's actually really bad for photos. Really bad on the skin, kind of really unflattering. So I really recommend getting up really early in the morning, especially if you've got young children, and go down the beach like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
yeah,
Juliet,
yeah.
do you have children?
I do, and he's up at 6, so it just works
yeah.
perfectly with young children. If you've got teenagers, yeah, you can't get your teenager up there.
Midday.
Yeah, so you do the opposite, like 7, 8 o'clock at night down the beach, really soft, beautiful light, really warm, and the winds usually calm down by then, and you're getting much better shots.
And daylight saving, we can take advantage of that, can't we?
Exactly.
When we talk through some of these tips, we've got some beautiful images from your gallery, which is just fantastic. We'll put them up on the screen when we talk. Do we need props? Do you always need a prop for a photo though?
Not at all, no. Sometimes it's nice just to have nothing. But yeah, a lot of the times with kids, it's nice to bring something special to them and do your photos around that. So if they're into cricket, take some cricket gear down, or if they've got, a little girl with your favourite toy, something really special. So it just gives you something to focus the photos around and gives us something for the children to play and use.
Is it a distraction as well?
It can be. Often, like I say, keep the props out of the way and then we can bring them if they need them. Say they're getting a bit unsettled or getting bored or something, then bring in a prop and then the whole scene changes.
Okay, how about the old munchies? They need feeding.
Yeah,
so what's the rule around that?
Yeah,
food and photos, not so good.
Yeah, so they get all crumbs and ice cream and strawberries spilled on their clothes and it kind of spoils them. So I say to feed them first, especially young children, but any age, give them a really good feed beforehand and then put them in the clothes for the outfit because you don't want them to eating in their clothes because then you're getting stains and marks and something. So yeah, really good feed before the session and yeah, young children, when they're fresh just after a sleep.
The relationships between siblings and between mum and dad, you want that emotion to come through in a photo, don't you?
Yeah, to me that's the most important thing. That's what I look for in photos, and that's what I treasure in my own photos. I've got a wee photo of my mum holding me when I was 6 months old, and it's just treasured. And now I treasure my photo with my son, and I've got my arms all wrapped around. So in photos, I'm trying to get the parents and the siblings and children just to interact with each other, be themselves, and just get those kisses, those cuddles, those laughs, and just those relationships. I think is what you want to capture.
And natural rather than rehearsed.
Yeah, exactly. Usually if I do a session, I'll pose people right at the start and then we just sort of forget about the posing and just get more and more natural. Making sure people just are being themselves and capturing those laughs and cuddles and kisses and everything that's really cool.
Yeah. What's your take on as far as makeup and things though? If you're not a person that wears a lot of makeup, should you really...
Yeah, you don't want to go out your comfort zone, but maybe just wear a little bit more than you would normally. So you want to look your absolute best. Like the mums want to look really nice in the photo. They look first how they look.
Yeah.
So they want to look gorgeous in a photo and then they look how the children look. So you do want to wear, makeup, especially if you normally do, and maybe just a fraction more than you normally would. Just go to a little bit of special effort, but you don't want to wear what is not comfortable.
No,
with.
exactly.
Yeah, otherwise you won't like the photos.
Now, do you prefer on location or studio?
Oh, look, I go between the two, and probably a year ago, when my studio was new, I was like, oh, studio. But now I'm back to location again. I'm kind of really enjoying trees and backlight and just really beautiful scenes that I can frame with trees or the beach or something. So yeah, at the moment I'd probably say location, but I do love both.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. I think we'll come back to us now. Put you on the spot. If you do have a child that does not refuses to get a photo taken, should you just call it for a day then?
Oh, I tend to
call it a day. Sorry.
Yeah, I think get someone else in. So say you're doing your family photos and they're not, playing game. Get an uncle or an aunt to hold the camera or something. As soon as you put someone else that's not their mum or dad, then they behave differently. That's why often, I find it so much easier to photograph other people's children than my own because, my son doesn't always behave for me. But when it's someone else, they're so much better. But yeah, you can push too far. I had a wee child that wasn't behaving, and then he suddenly power vomited everywhere in the studio. He just wasn't well, and it wasn't his fault.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's the other extreme, isn't it? Hey, thanks, Juliet. Remember, ETA Images, ETTA images.co.nz. That's where you can get in contact with Juliet. Thank you so much. Some great advice there. Great advice.
Yay,
good on you. Rightio. After the break, we do head into the Nourish Kitchen with Nicola Frey. It's pork lamb salad, and a resident lawyer chick joins us to talk straight. It's Carol.
I'm gonna learn to dance if it takes me all night. Oh, Carol, I am but a fool.
Carol, Carol, Carol. I love that song. You probably hate it though, but it's still a nice way to start the day. Carol, businesses. Well, last week, we touched on about the home. But how about if we're going to buy a business? That can be quite daunting as well, equally.
It can be, and there's a lot of things that you have to think about. There's a real due diligence process that you need to go through. But before you get to the due diligence process, you really need to get that contract right.
Exactly, because it may seem bells and whistles all looks great on the surface.
Yeah.
But is that where we need you to come in straight talk?
It really is, and you need to have your lawyer, your accountant, and your client working all together really closely, communicating well with one another, and you need, when you're buying a business, you need to make sure that your stock and your assets are described properly in the contract.
That would be huge, wouldn't it? Especially if you're buying like a retail store.
Absolutely, it can be. I've had an example where a client had purchased a business. There were a number of computers listed in the assets list, and they didn't actually cite them before they signed the contract.
Oh no.
And what they really should have done is gone through and matched up the actual item to the list of things that was in the contract and go, actually, no, I don't want that, strike that out of the contract. No, I don't want that, strike that out of the contract. As it is, they ended up buying a whole lot of obsolete computers, like screens and keyboards and the box.
So the rubbish.
That was all just sitting in the back room that was listed as assets of the business. But it was obsolete, so there was absolutely no value to it. You couldn't sell it on Trade Me for $1.
Oh no, you couldn't get rid of it.
And they couldn't get rid of it, and they had to pay to dump it.
Well, that's what you were talking about when you're buying a home. You should have that walkthrough a couple of days before you sign over. You should do the same with the business.
Well, absolutely. But what you're talking about there is before you pay the money, just before settlement date with the homes. But I'm talking even well before that, before you even put your John Hancock on the bottom of the contract. Before you sign the contract, you need to actually go through the list. Does this match with what I want? Is this going to be part of the business? Do I want this asset in the business? And if you don't buy it.
Yeah,
don't pay for it.
It's as simple as that. So we talked about ensuring the contract was right for buying a home last week. So next time, I think we should look at, I suppose, ensuring that the law works for when you're setting up a business. That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, that's it. You want to make sure that's going to work for you, not against you.
Absolutely. Well, when you're buying this lovely baby business, you want to make sure that the cradle's right. As an example, am I going to buy it in the name of a company? Am I going to be a sole trader? Am I going to have a limited partnership? So we'll answer those questions next time.
Yeah, because it is, you want it to be exciting, don't you?
You do, and you want to get it right, and you want to make sure that you're getting into something that you're going to enjoy and that's going to enhance your life, not mess it up.
Okay, so Carol, can I ask you, just putting on the spot, if we are looking at a business and it's ticking all the right boxes, it's got the heart fluttering, should we just come and have a chat to you first before we even make any commitment?
Absolutely.
Good on you. And to contact you, of course, you're in Addington, 168 Hazelden Road, phone 03 374 3464. Brilliant website, you'll see the gorgeous Carol on there, good on you. strategylaw.co.nz. Rightio. Do you like Thai food, Carol? You don't like Thai food? Oh, well, you better ignore the next segment then. Because it's lab, pork lab now. We're in the kitchen with Nicola Freya with Nourish.
Today I'm here with Haven Good, winemaker from the Crater Room Wines. And we're mixing the Crater Room from the ashes, white Riesling, with a Thai pork lard salad. So you can see I've got the pork sizzling away here already, so that's already cooked through. And we're just going to add some great flavours here. I've got some ginger, chilli, garlic and lemongrass that I'm just going to add in. And Hayden, can you cut up some of the salad ingredients for me and maybe tell us a little bit about the wine as we go?
So the Crater Room is a winery and vineyard located north of Christchurch in the Waipara Valley, and we produce 5 varieties, Riesling, Pinot Gris, Pinot Noir, Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay.
So you can just smell the flavours sizzling away here, and usually we would just chill it down a little bit, let it cool down a wee bit before we do the next stage, which is just add some lime juice and some sugar and a little bit of fish sauce. But I'm just going to do this while it's hot today, seeing we're a little bit shorter of time. So let those flavours just simmer through, and you can see that's just cooled down slightly. So you said it was an off-dry wine. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So off-dry means that there is a little bit of residual sugar left in the wine, so slightly sweet, but it's balanced with the acidity from the grapes. So we find that it sort of tastes more dry than sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you just to pop those salad ingredients in there, and we're just going to mix it all around. Of course, when we add the mince hot like this, it does just wilt the lettuce a little bit, but you'll know when you cook it at home, if you just let it cool down slightly, it won't have that effect. So just turn that down. That looks great. So while I'm just mixing this together, would you like to pour the wine and tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So to achieve that off-dry style in this wine, we have to really carefully monitor the ferment of the fruit. And once we find the balance is reached that we like, we stop the ferment. So that's how we achieve that off-dry style.
Okay. So you can see the mince in here mixing around. Oh, you cut the line up for me, thank you. So just mix that round there with the salad ingredients, and you can see the beautiful colours that mix in there look really great. And quite often this is served just as the mince dish by itself on a little piece of lettuce, but it's really nice, I think, with lots of herbs mixed in and lots of salad as well. So I'm just going to serve that up in this lettuce bowl. Lettuce bowl in a bowl. And what we do on the top is actually just pop some ground rice. So the rice is toasted in a pan and then ground, and that just adds a really lovely nutty flavour to the top of it. And you've got some limes for us?
Yeah, sure.
Just pop those on there. So I'll just show you what that looks like. And Hayden, would you be able to taste that for us? And knowing what you know about the wine, just get you a fork. Knowing what you know about the wine, tell us how well you think that goes together.
Sure.
So it's got really true Thai flavours in that salad, hasn't it? It's all those flavours that mixed in, they're really lovely combination.
Yeah, I really like Riesling with the thyme dish. I think the sweetness in this wine, the off-dry style will really match well. It'll help balance out this the hot heat in the dish, and the fruit flavours in the wine will really match this sort of more fruity, lively style of dish. It's great.
Great. Oh, this is a dish that is more often eaten at Thai restaurants, but it is really simple to make. So when you do give this a try at home, make sure you serve it with Crater rim wine.
Yummo, so tasty. Remember, you can go to nourish.org.nz to find the recipe there, or on their Facebook page. Righto, after the break, the beautiful Bonita Danger Doll entertains us with an Adele song, yes, Someone Like You.
Harder than a fantasy, lonely like a highway. R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me.
Well, Aretha Franklin is one strong woman, and so is Bonita Danger Doll. She's a mighty fine lass, and she's now going to entertain us with one of Adele's songs, Someone Like You. Sit back and enjoy, it's Cup Day. Woohoo!
I heard that you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I couldn't give to you. Old friend, why you so shy? Ain't like you to hold back or hide
from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I'd hope to see my face and that you'd be reminded, but for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remembered you said sometimes it lasts in love, sometimes it hurts instead. You know how the time flies, only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I'd hope to see my face and that you'd be reminded, but for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remembered you said sometimes it lasts in love, sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries, no cares, regrets and mistakes, their memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remembered you said sometimes it lasts in love, sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remembered you said sometimes it lasts in love, sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love and sometimes it hurts instead.
She's just a class act, she is. And a bit of a shameless plug for Bonita, but she can still take some bookings for Cup Day this Saturday for makeup. Imagine getting your makeup done by Bonita. Pretty cool indeed. Rightio, we are off to Addington now. I'm just going to do a quick wardrobe change and we're going to bring you tomorrow Sophie Pascoe. Hope that's not the race, I'll be late for it. Sophie Pascoe, because she's one of the judges, and we meet Barry Thomas, who is the racing ambassador. Let's go forth and conquer. It's Cup Day. See you tomorrow.